apologies for the audio in this one. It's going to be pretty annoying. I didn't realize how badly the drone of the exhausts on these cars picked up on the GoPro I was using. So hopefully you can kind of turn it down so it's not too bassy. Still figuring out video and audio editing, so unfortunately the audio is not something I've sorted out how to get that drone out of yet, but hopefully you can hear it. Good luck.
Well, if you're watching this, that probably means I've got some good news for everyone. More so for me. So right now I'm actually just getting up into Denver, driving up here today to do a little bit of work, and then after work this afternoon, I am supposed to go over and check out another Civic Si. This one is really the one I truly wanted. When I got the red one, that was because it was the cleanest Si I could find as a 6th gen, which are the 99 to 2000 Civic Si's. I really wanted the blue. That's the car I've loved. That's the last one I had, was the blue that was stolen actually in Denver a number of years ago, and I've always wanted another one. My wife, who I was dating at the time, loved that car as well. So it's something she's always wished I could get another one of, and that was my goal. But when I purchased this car, there really was none out there. I test drove one blue one, and it was just a mess. It was a theft recovery. They'd put a different, they'd replace the engine, transmission, put the interior back together. Everything was there, but the power steering didn't work right. The throwout bearing was making noise. Like, the dash had rattles everywhere. The power just didn't feel right. The exhaust was rattling off the rear frame. It wasn't even mounted right. There were just so many issues. The power steering rack was leaking. The CD boots were shot. I mean, it was such a basket case. I just did not want to take it on. I don't remember real perfect, but I think the paint was pretty bad on it as well. Like, it would have needed a lot of work just to get the paint back into shape. So walked away from that one and ended up finding this red one, which is really in great shape, especially for the mileage. I'm sitting at 179,000 right now. It had an engine rebuild a while back and everything, so it's in really great shape, but it's just not the blue. So, as luck would have it, Adam Houston is kind of responsible for this. He's got a YouTube channel as well, if you've seen it. He showed me the other day he came across a pristine blue Civic Si up in Denver on Craigslist for a reasonable price. So, I'm going up after work. I got to go up north. It's like up around Thornton area, and I'm going to take a look at it. And if it is as clean and as good as the pictures in the description show on Craigslist, I'm going to go ahead and purchase it. I will have to probably leave it up in Denver tonight. Even if I do buy it, I'll probably just take the title and the keys with me, and then I'll have to come back up tomorrow with someone else to pick it up and drive it back, because it's just me and I'm in the Si today, my red one. So if that happens, then this thing's gonna have to go for sale ASAP, because I'm kind of stealing money from myself to do this. So I'll have to basically sell this Si to reimburse myself for it. So, like I said, if you're getting to watch this on YouTube, that means I've got a blue Si, and I am so happy about that. So I really hope this works out, but I'm going to take a look at it. If there's some stuff wrong with it, or it's just not right, I will walk away. I walked away from a couple. When I was looking for the red one, I had to walk away from a couple cars already. So I will walk away if it's just not 100% what I'm looking for this kind of money. It's not a ton to most folks, I'm sure, but for me, this is quite a bit of money just to throw at something like this, without having this car sold to have that money in hand. So we'll see how it goes. I'll let you guys know.
Well, guys, I pulled the trigger because you're seeing this video. So it does need some work. So the wing is not factory, it's an aftermarket, and it's kind of poorly installed. So I'm gonna have to fix that. It's kind of wobbly. It has a few hail dings, but not bad. Overall, the paint's in really good shape. There's no clear coat damage, which is a big issue with these older Hondas, so that's a huge plus.
It wasn't a fender bender, he said. The left front fender has been replaced, but the paint matches really, really well. So it looks like it was a really well done repair. It sits really low. I'll probably have to raise it some. Air conditioning blows really cold, which my car currently doesn't even have. It has cruise control as well, which will be really nice for the highway runs. I'll probably end up swapping these SI seats over. I'm going to get my intake out of the red car, put it in the blue one for sure. It also has an exhaust rattle. It sounds like just a heat shield from scraping on the ground is loose, so I'll probably just cut that off. No check engine light. Interior's in pretty good shape. Trying to think what else. The driver door's a little squeaky. The hinges need lubricated or something. And then the two big things with that car are the driver's window. The regulator's broken on it, so the window doesn't stay up in place properly. And then nice little IS300. Financial mistake. License plate. Yeah, so that'll need fixed, and then the rear tires are new, but the front tires are actually showing cords, so kind of sketched out to drive it back down tomorrow. I'll have to take a better look at them and see if it's worth the risk. Might have to take like back roads, so I'm not doing highway speeds on those just in case, but we'll see. But anyways, we'll be bringing her home tomorrow. Overall, the car is really solid and clean, but there's definitely some things I'm going to have to take care of on it. But it's an 18-year-old car, you know, but it's only got 126,000 miles, so the mileage is nice. It shifts smooth. The clutch in the new one might be going as well. That is another concern. The pedal has to be at the very top of the travel before releases, so I think the clutch may be gone on that car, pretty close to being gone, but I did a few pulls, you know, just to see, and it didn't slip or anything. It grabs nicely. It is really weird for VTEC to be as quiet as it is in that car because it's a stock airbox, and an intake makes VTEC change over so much louder. It's just really odd. The VTEC's not really that noticeable when the changeover happens as far as the noise levels. So just some things to notice. There's definitely some things I like about my red car a lot more, honestly, that I wish the blue car had, but at the end of the day, I feel it's a much more desirable color, desirable car. And at the end of the day, once I fix the few things that I'm not happy with, you know, it'll end up being overall a much better decision, I think, at the end of the day. So I got them down, talked them down on the price some. They wouldn't come as low as I wanted, but I think it was realistic where they have agreed to go. So that's that. Here we go. Old Civic, new Civic, red Civic, blue Civic. So we've got it. Heading back down. A few things just off the bat that we've noticed. There is some damage up where the front struts are bolted on, like next to where the struts bolt. Something's punched through under there, so I'm gonna have to get a look at the suspension under there. The exhaust heat shield rattles almost constantly. Like I said, this window regulator screwed up, so it does not roll up properly. So I'm gonna have to get that replaced really quickly here. The front tires are scary. They're down to the cords. I'm gonna have to get those fixed. The steering itself needs alignment pretty badly, and I think I'm gonna end up raising it up. It's allegedly on function form coilovers all around, so I should be able to adjust it, raise it up maybe half an inch or so, and I think it'll be about right. But right now it's just a little too low. Suspension's super harsh, and it makes the steering just feel funky. So
few initial thoughts, but we've got her. We're headed down from Denver. My buddy Ryan came up with me, so he's driving my red Honda back down. I'm taking this one since it has the sketchy tires on it right now.
So time to tackle the first repair on the new Honda. Went in this morning and got a 10-day temp tag for it so I can drive it around, get some of the stuff taken care of on it while I'm working on swapping some parts over and selling the red one. So the first couple major things, I've got to take it in and get some new tires on it in the next couple days. The front tires, if you can see here, are completely down to the cords. Kind of a sketchy drive all the way from Denver to Colorado Springs with that, but I'll get a couple new tires on the front here in the next few days. The other thing is I'm taking it in tomorrow to get the tint redone. I already had a appointment set for the red car, but now that we have the blue car, I'm just going to have him do this one instead. And as you can see, there's something up with the window regulator here, and this driver window doesn't close all the way. And if you try to close it, all it does is, so it rolls down okay, but when you go to actually close it, it won't do it. But like auto down works, and it doesn't sound too terrible on the way down. So we're gonna pop this door panel off and figure out. Alrighty guys, I think I figured it out. I pulled the glass out of the door panel with the regulator still in there so I could try to figure out what's going on. If we can see, here we go. If you look down at these teeth, so the motor runs up and down with these teeth with the gears. It's hard to see, but right here, some of these teeth are actually chewed up. So as you, let's see if I can get this to hold, as you roll the window up, when it hits these, it's fine at the bottom. But once you hit those teeth, that's when it just starts jerking. I did try, I manually kind of pushed the gears in place while I was rolling it up the top, and it jammed it up and caught again. So I think the teeth are just worn out. I'm going to have to get a new window regulator, so I'm going to run to the parts store, see if they can get me one. So I got to throw this back in. Alright guys, so I really didn't film a conclusion to that video. I ended up not getting a regulator till later on that night, and then had to get it swapped out and had to leave the house pretty quickly. But just wanted to give a quick wrap up for this. I got the new regulator in that night. Window works again, and I was able to go get the tint redone, which looks really, really good. Even went ahead and had him tint the sunroof as well, because it had this old purpling tint on it, including the sunroof. So we replaced all that. I didn't have him redo the tint on the windshield, since this one is cracked pretty bad, and I do plan on replacing it next spring. So once I do get it replaced, I'll just have him replace the tint strip with a nice new one, remount the camera, do all that kind of stuff. Did get a front and rear dash camera set up on it, just in case anything happens. So gotten a few other things done as well. In a following video I'll throw up, we got all the parts I needed swapped over between the cars, so that'll be coming up soon, some of the footage we took that day. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, let me know if you have any thoughts, and we'll see you next time.